and welcome back to the Abroad Chronicles. Today I'm going on my first weekend trip. We're on our way to Szeged, which is another city in Hungary. It's actually the former capital. And this trip is going to be an excursion with API, Academic Programs International, which is the program that I'm studying abroad with. I have a bus to catch in like 10 minutes, so I'm going to run over to the bus with my whole group and hopefully we make it in time. We just arrived in Szeged after about 2.5 hours on the bus, and it's beautiful, it's sunny, and 77 degrees, so we're gonna have a great day. This year is the 300-year anniversary of the creation of this town, Szeged, and so they have this giant birthday cake in the center of town. After a quick lunch, we now have a walking tour of the city. How is it?
Honestly, not bad. Very nice, refreshing.
How is that?
Hot, and it smells like hard-boiled eggs because there's a lot of sulfur in it. But it's curing.
We're about to walk up the water tower, which is a lookout point in the center of Szeged. I'm not looking forward to these stairs, but I am looking forward to the view. If he can make it, so can I. As a reward for making it back down from the water tower, we get a free glass of bubbling water. Fun fact about Hungary, I don't know if this goes for all of Europe or just Hungary, but all the water here is bubbly water. You actually have to ask if you want the water without gas or bubbles. So the way that we say that in Hungarian is mentes víz, which means water without gas. We just got to a water park. We're gonna cool off for a few hours. It's day 2 now, and we're sitting at the bed and breakfast that we're at for a traditional Hungarian breakfast together. We just arrived at some type of Hungarian historical museum. It's an outdoor museum, so we're gonna start walking around now. That light show showed the flooding of 1879, which occurred in Szeged, and the entire city was completely wiped out. If you saw in the video, the last section of land to be lit up was the city of Szeged, and actually the water stayed there for 6 months, so it completely devastated the entire city. We're now touring some traditional houses from historical Hungary.
Yo, Kelly, if you make it mad.
We tried exploring like an example of a farmland here, but we were actually attacked by geese and chickens, so we left. We're gonna climb to the top of this windmill to learn about how grain was milled into flour. We just went to a small reproduction store and they actually had some brands that were from the early and mid 1900s, like this candy that's like a jelly kind of black licorice and mint flavor, and then a soda that tastes exactly like the cherry Jolly Rancher, and it's so delicious. I can't believe that it's out of production now. The last scene that you saw was from an example of a town, and then this one is a city. Something that we learned is that the length of the dresses is very important. If they don't touch the ground, that means that they were a lower society, and if they do touch the ground like this one, that means that they were higher society members. The painting that you just saw was a depiction of the Hungarian conquering of the homelands, which took place in the year 895.
They were fighting against Slavic tribes in present-day Ukraine.
So what you saw actually now is in the Ukraine, but back then it was a part of Hungary.
Oh, and also it was originally painted in Budapest, but during the World Wars had to get relocated because it got bombed, and then Polish artists had to try to restore it, and they did a great job.
It took them 2 years to completely clean the painting and then redo it, and it was relocated here to Szeged. Goodbye, Hungarian Historical Museum. We're all trying Hungarian goulash for the first time. We just finished lunch and now we're leaving Szeged. I just returned back to Budapest, so that concludes my trip to Szeged, Hungary. I really enjoyed getting to see another city here and learning so much about history in Hungary. I hope you enjoyed following me along on my first weekend trip, organized by API, the Academic Program International.